Harvest time in Fairmount, Illinois. Lynn Rawscheib is a ninth-generation farmer. She and her family farm some 3,000 hectares. 60% of that is soybeans. As the combine harvesters plough through the fields, an app reveals the likely yield.
I can go in and I can do what they call a remote view, and I can see what exactly my combine operator is doing right this second.
But Lynn is deeply concerned. The price of soybeans has plummeted in recent months. It follows the Trump administration's decision to impose tariffs on China. That was then followed by China imposing retaliatory tariffs on a range of US items, including soybeans.
The way the commodity prices are right now, it's kind of a, catch and miss game here that we're trying to figure out. Well, if we go this way, how much of a loss could we potentially take, or if we go this way? And, so I mean, it weighs pretty much on it, really hard on us right now, trying to figure out which way is the best avenue.
We visited Michelle Avang's farm in January before seeding had begun. She was concerned about the possible tariffs then, but she is even more worried now that harvest time is here and the situation has still not been resolved.
Well, of course, the tariffs put in place, we've lost a huge share of the market for our soybeans and many of our other agricultural products. Our farm income is actually down 50% from where it was 5 years ago. We're also seeing farmers take on huge amounts of debt to try to get through this downturn. And of course, we're seeing higher bankruptcy and increased farmer suicides.
Illinois farmers have much to lose. Last year, China imported almost 60% of all US soybeans exports, with the state of Illinois the largest producer.
The harvest period in this part of Illinois has been hit by bad weather in recent weeks. Despite that, most farmers here are expecting a decent yield. And although the focus is on this year's harvest, for many farmers, attention is already turning to the future.
The White House has pledged to provide up to $12 billion in aid to farmers impacted by the trade dispute. But Rawscheib doesn't see that as a solution.
If this keeps going on for another year, 2 years, 3 years, like some people have projected, it's going to tremendously change the way that the farming industry and agriculture is, not just in Illinois, but throughout the entire countryside. And, there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going to be farming anymore, and that's just not a good situation for anybody in this country.
The mesmerizing machinery of a combine harvester is a thing to behold. This year promises to provide a bumper crop for Illinois farmers. But for many, the outlook remains bleak. Dan Williams, CGTN, Fairmount, Illinois.